technically last game, but does not have to be. So, ladies, gentlemen, señores y señoras, meine Damen und Herren, mesdames et Herren, here we are once again. This is the finals of tonight's Competo Cup. It is Competo Cup 29, or is it Competo Cup 30 already? It doesn't really matter because Competo Cups are awesome, and even Flash doesn't know which Competo Cup it is, but it is Joe against Elfi. We have Elfi here spawning as the blue Protoss at the 3 o'clock. We have Joe spawning at the pink Protoss, and I just love to say pink Protoss. I love to say teal Terran. I love to say purple Protoss. And did you see that Protoss actually is the only race where the starting colors and the first letter of the Protoss race are the same? Pink Protoss, purple Terran, pink Protoss, purple Protoss, but it's only teal Terran. And it is only cyan Zerg, but it's not something else, so Protoss actually being imbalanced in terms of colors. I did nobody see complaining about this, but let's focus on this game right now, because we have an interesting development coming up, and this is really tough because Elfi already finished with his cybernetic score, and there he is chrono boosting everything out of his cybernetic score. He's just started with a chrono boost, still having another 70 energy on this Nexus, so he can chrono boost this cybernetic score like a crazy person. Now Joe is spotting this cybernetic score. This is already finished, and he saw that a chrono boost just finished on the cybernetic score. This means after seeing those 3 gates, okay, there might be a Korean 4 gate coming up, and indeed it will be. So Elfi going here for the first pylon with this cheesy play. I mean, I know a lot of players who are not satisfied when they play against Elfi, because Elfi is doing something like this quite a lot. So he's got 1, 2, 3 pylons being warped in currently, and this is what you need to do if you want to go for this Korean 4 gate. You need to warp in a lot of pylons as soon as possible, so you can warp in your zealots. He's not mining any gas anymore, and now this warp gate will be finished in 10 seconds. So he's got the 10 seconds time, then an additional 5 seconds for the warp gates to open, and then he just can warp in with the zealots already. So he's got 2 pylons there. 1 pylon is getting attacked, and the other pylon who's still being warped in is getting attacked as well. So there we see Elfi is already warping in his zealots, and this is making me really sad, because I'm not really sure if Joe will be able to hold this attack off. There are the zealots, and of course Joe knows taking those zealots right away might not be the best choice. Meanwhile, Elfi is able to continue with the mining operations. Joe is not there. Joe is able to surround 1 single zealot. Elfi meanwhile is able to warp in more of his zealots, so Elfi now currently at 3 zealots in the base. On the other hand, Joe might be able to hold this attack off, because miraculously he's got his 2 stalkers now now kiting those 3 stalkers, meanwhile using his probes here in the middle line to hold more attacks off, but he did lose enough mining time already, and he was even able to warp in a sentry. I'm not sure about the sentry though. Meanwhile, he was continuing with the kiting, trying to take out more and more zealots, and Elfi is still on 4 zealots at the moment. What is the harvest account telling us? Joe is down to 12 probes at the moment. It is 13 probes and 2 stalkers and 1 sentry against just 3 zealots, and because of this single pylon, this is the last pylon available here for Elfi, he's just able to warp in more and more stuff. Now at 3 zealots against 1 zealot, and this game is basically over. Every time I see a Korean 4 gate nowadays, I just try to go for the forge and boost my economy at the same time. Just have 1 or 2 cannons out, because with the 1 or 2 cannons you can deny those zealots, and then just go for the stalkers as soon as possible, because as soon as someone who's Korean 4 gating sees, okay, my zealots are not that effective anymore, he transitions into the stalkers, and this is exactly what Elfi is doing. Even though it is very sad that we saw not very many entertaining games. I mean, the first game on test spot was pretty entertaining, but the second game was over basically after 2 minutes. This game, I mean, I'm still talking in this game, even though this game like 2 minutes ago, and we are only at the 8-minute mark. This is not very satisfying as the finals, and that's why a lot of viewers and lot of players don't really like the playstyle of Elfi. But on the other hand, it is effective, and effective wins, and wins most of the time is good. Of course, there are crowd favorites like TLO, or like we saw today, Action Jesus, who just showed us how you can be entertaining and successful at the same time. So anyway, congratulations to Elfi. His play was good. Joe typed the well played 2 times, and indeed it was well played in the first game. It was well played in the third game as well. And the second game he just had to play it safe. So congratulations to Elfi, winning this tournament, winning the 50 euros, winning some hardware as well. And I mean, props to Joe that he was able to get in the finals. I mean, players like Nama, etc. were playing in this tournament as well. They were kicked out of the tournament pretty soon. Star out of the tournament. I mean, we saw some nice games, even though those games were more likely in the quarterfinals, were more likely in the semifinals. But anyway, that's the way it goes. And once again, congrats to Elfi. Good luck next time to Joe. And yeah, that's about it with the casting for the moment. I'm just trying to check where my webcam